want better for y'all.
I don't think enough people are saying this shit.
These are just our ideas.
Maybe we should all be a little bit more self-aware and a little bit less delusional.
What do we know?
What the fuck could we possibly know?
Hey, look, get your shit together.
But let me stay focused.
All right, and welcome back to The Reason They Should Have Never Gave You Niggas Microphones. I'm Lolo.
I'm Big Shot Shae.
And this is Let Me Stay Focused, the podcast. Woo! As you may have noticed, summer school is a fucking wrap. You're stuck with just us.
It's just us.
And while we miss all of our guests, logistically, things are getting a lot easier.
Yeah. You know, it's people don't realize, like, it's a lot trying to, like, work around people's schedules and stuff like that.
Yeah. And people got an extra episode this season because it's supposed to be 12 weeks, 12 episodes, 12 guests.
Yeah.
It was 13 episodes of summer school.
Hey, it's crazy because, like, every time we on our last episode, like, somebody be like, I want to come up there.
Yeah.
And I hate to have to break it to them, like, damn, you don't have to wait till next year.
I mean, yeah. I don't see us bending the rules for it. It's too much work to just have guests willy-nilly. And I really do love all of our guests. Summer school is always a great time. It's just a lot of work.
I think that's what makes it special.
Yeah. Because it's like, get in now or you're not getting in. And it's always people who, like, year-round are like, I got to get up there. I got to get up there. And then we're like, well, it's summer school. Are you going to? And they're like, oh.
Yeah.
I'm scared. Oh, okay.
I'm so nervous. I don't know what I'm going to wear. Like, this is shit we think about every day. Well, every time we record, I'd be like, damn, what I'm going to wear?
And I'm like, they seen that before. They might have to see it again.
For sure. Well, we would like to thank all of the people that, you know, came through and supported.
Yes, like, serious thank you. It's
Yeah.
been a great time. And it's a great time seeing people react to, like, people who haven't done a pod before.
Yeah.
Seeing themselves on the clips and, like, how happy it makes them and getting to be in the summer school yearbook. They love that shit.
Yeah, the yearbook is crazy. Y'all got to see it.
We're going to post the yearbook. We got to.
Yeah.
At some point.
So I guess we can keep the good energy going.
Woo.
I have honorable mention. And so this week's honorable mention is us.
It was a bug on you. You got to die.
Oh, wow. That's crazy.
I felt like if I said there was a bug on you, you would have freaked out. So I
thought it was a fly. But, I mean, as long as that fly not bothering
You're dead. Wow, the second the guests leave, all hell breaks loose.
Yeah, we getting back into you know, it's been a while, so.
Yes, that is for
we
sure.
just getting back into our groove or whatever.
But
I was saying the honorable mention for this week is us.
Oh, wow.
I'm giving it to us because I just feel like we really be doing shit that other people don't be thinking about until after we do it. And all of a sudden, you know, it's just like everywhere. And, you know, I'm not mad about it. You know, it is what it is. I feel like we are trendsetters in our own right. And I just feel like it's no shade to nobody. But
at all.
Like, we be doing shit. We be starting shit, and then y'all be following, and that's just what it is. So,
and I can't wait till it's something that's, like, undeniable, because I think a lot of the shit that we started, like, there's other ways to explain it, but the frequency with which it's happening, we know is starting from us.
Yeah.
And I can't wait till it's something where it's like, okay, well, what's the excuse now?
Yeah. I always think, like, back to when we first started.
Yeah.
With me, and we was like, we the magic.
Yeah.
And, like, ever since then, like, I just be thinking that every time, like, some shit come out, I'll be like, bro, we the magic, yo. Because if we didn't do that, ain't no telling. You know what I'm saying? But like you said, we got to wait for it to be something that's, like, undeniable.
Yeah. Because they could be like, yeah, everybody. But, I mean, that Nas shit is really, to me, I don't know how we deny that.
Right. Like, that shit literally started going viral, like, the next week.
Oh, maybe we should feel. So, if you always listen, there was a weeks ago, where I made You Owe Me by Nas my lyric and lesson. And now that shit is trending everywhere. I don't feel like everybody was just listening to that song. The song is a hit. Everybody listens to Nas, but I feel like specifically that song from that long ago
Right. Like, it was just how random it was that song that everybody's doing the video vixen thing to. Like, it could have been any other song.
Any song.
Literally.
It probably should have been Fatty Girl. That's my shit.
Yeah.
Fatty Girl. Fatty Girl.
Yeah, that actually probably would have been a better fit, but hey.
Whatever.
You owe us.
We're delusional. That's what they're going to say, so let's just get that out there. Yeah, we are a good one. It should be us more often.
Yeah, I would like to thank us.
That's what Snoop said. Well, I have Hotep of the Week, and it's very seldom that I feel bad for the Hotep of the Week.
Yeah.
But I do pity him, even though I probably shouldn't. And Hotep of the Week is Judge Mathis.
Oh, the judge has been on one lately.
I'm going to have to play a long clip, but do you know what's happening with Judge Mathis?
His wife is divorcing him.
Yep, and they caught that nigga in the airport, asked him how he feel about it.
Yeah.
I'm good. How you doing?
I'm doing all right. I want to ask.
I'm not good. Rather, it's the worst days of my life. How about that?
Okay, well, I'm sorry to hear that. I wanted to ask you, with news of the separation, how are you holding up?
Not holding up very well. I would say the other man. Maybe I'll be an example for other men. Cautionary tale. Don't neglect your wife. See how me at the airport now, flying out, as I have for 40 or for 25 years. My wife has been third, serving the community, taping my show, having fun with friends. That's what happens, guys. Never be too busy or never have too much fun beyond your life.
So I do want to ask, the date of separation is listed back in July 17th. Has this been coming for some time now, or was it something out the blue?
Well, ever since we started taping here in LA, I committed to staying home more and making my wife more of a priority. But as you see, I haven't. I'm still here on the road, doing the same thing. And in terms of going out into another city, but I was gone for 3 weeks. That's what July 17th meant.
Would you say you two are in a good place right now, or able to maintain a friendship? Or
Oh yeah, we're still in the same house and we're maintaining a friendship. And I'm trying to get my wife back. I have to show her that though. Hopefully I can show her while we're there together before, and hopefully she doesn't complete the process. But I'm changing in hopes that she will. I'm gonna get my wife back. How about that?
Absolutely.
I just wanted to eliminate all the rumors too, that it's something about a baby or even me molesting a child.
What?
It's none of that. I've just told you what it is.
There were also, kind of some rumors of any infidelity. Did you want to clear that up at all? You say it's solely neglect.
Well, neglect can create suspicion, certainly. And if you're gone as much as I am, you have every right to suspect. You go to work, you go serving the community around the country, then you go with your guys to sporting events around the country, you go to other events except without your wife, hanging with you and enjoying herself with you. And so, yeah, she would have a right to suspect infidelity.
But there's none of that going on.
That's not the purpose. That's
I don't even, Hotep of the Week is one of my many passions. I love playing someone who's acted an ass and getting on their ass. I hope Judge Mathis get his wife back. I don't even know what to say. He completely caused it, but he said, this is my fault. I don't know. Man, you shouldn't have did all that shit. Because you know what? There is one thing about niggas. The second you want to leave them or hit the bricks, all of a sudden they know exactly what you wanted the whole time, exactly what you needed, and now you want to do it. So in that aspect, Judge Mathis, this is what the fuck you get. But he is so sorry.
Is he? Oh, they've been married for how long?
Ever?
They've been married for like ever, like you said, and she's divorcing him. I just feel like she's fed the fuck up. Like
She deserves to be fed the fuck up.
She's done used a lot of her breath to say, like, hey, you need to work on this. And he done said it. I moved to LA and I'm supposed to be doing this and I didn't do it. So
Yeah, let me rephrase that. I hope Mrs. Mathis gets the husband that she deserves, and that it's Judge Mathis being on the straight and narrow as opposed to her having to start all over.
Yeah, he need to get his shit together. He's too old. Like, and I don't know if he's been like unfaithful in his marriage, but the word on the street is he has. And niggas in Atlanta and everywhere else know, they be like, you know, they say that they know how he gets down. So
Oh no, this is terrible. I didn't know that.
Yeah, like don't be out here embarrassed. Like he said, he be out here having a good time, but how good of a time are you really having? Because
He's saying that's not the case, but the way he be acting, she has every right to suspect.
yeah, that sounds like a nigga who's not being fully accountable, but just halfway.
I don't know. He's just an old man.
It is terrible though to get that old and then you gotta
Everything start falling apart.
Yeah, now you back on these dating streets and it's terrible out here. Like, so yeah, I would be trying to get my wife back too. I don't blame him.
Judge Mathis, please turn it around. You're stressing me out.
Yeah, my nigga, like you gotta do some grand gestures.
Maybe it's his age because, like, I don't feel bad for Offset. I never felt bad for Offset. None of the times he's like, "I'm gonna get my wife back." I didn't feel bad. I didn't feel bad for Robin Thicke. I mostly felt like uneasy by the way he was going about it. But Judge Mathis, I do feel bad for him.
I do feel bad, but you know,
I feel bad for the Mathises. The Mathy.
Yeah, I feel bad for the fucking people that's gonna be on his show because
he about to give them a run for
their money. If his wife actually do leave him, he's gonna be like a bitter old man, and his people in court are gonna get
they gonna take that nigga to the cleaners too. He gonna be broke. He gonna have to keep doing the show because I was thinking like maybe he should cancel the show to keep his wife.
Yeah.
But also the show paying the bills. I don't know. That's hard.
Right. Well, more power to them. Hopefully they can, figure it out. That is a long time to be married and to just give up. Like, not to say that she should stay
to wear
if
her
she's.
out.
Yeah, like I don't know. It's just like, girl, get your husband.
He's out here
like
acting a fool.
Terrible. Well, next we have lyrics and lessons, where we give you a lyric and you get a lesson.
Woo.
My lyric is very short, but it is a lesson in it.
It's in there.
So the lyric is, do you ever wonder that to win, somebody's got to lose? That's the lyric. And the song is And the Beat Goes On by The Whispers. And that's a song that came out in 1979.
I was going to say the 70s.
Yeah. So, it's kind of like the 70s, 80s vibe, Like, it's a breakup song, but it's very, like, you want to dance to it. But the lesson I got from it is, like, in life, like, every victory comes with a sacrifice. Sometimes at the expense of someone else's success, In every competition, remember that while victory can be sweet, it's important to win with grace and empathy. So basically, I think, even when you are on top or you are, killing the game and whatever that is to you, in order for you to win, somebody else is losing. And I don't think that you always have to celebrate someone else's loss,
Nice, yeah.
Like, sometimes you should have empathy because, like, that person probably worked just as hard as you. And, like, just for an example, the Olympics.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking of.
Like, that came to mind. Like, you have 3 top winners, but you only have, like, one who wins the gold. And it's like, yes, the person who won the gold is like, damn, I worked hard. Like, I deserve this. Like, I'm on my shit, And you have bragging rights. You deserve that, right? But at the same time, it's like, damn, like, the other 2 people next to you, they probably worked just as fucking hard.
Yeah.
And, and even though, you know, they won their medals or whatever, like there's still some sense of like disappointment, like, or damn, like I could have did better, or you just have to like have empathy for people in situations to where like you kind of did better than them. I feel like
don't be a sore winner, because people think that doesn't exist, and it absolutely does.
yeah.
That's unfortunate.
So yeah, that was just
For
the little lesson I got from that.
who didn't win. Okay, I have a lyric lesson as well. Do you have any guesses?
Ludicrous.
No. I got took my heart on my sleeve, ain't got enough room, gotta keep a few tricks up there. That is by Chance the Rapper.
Okay.
From the song Stars Out. And I just feel like, one, he's back. Sometimes the divorce do breed some good stuff. And this is one of them. But I mean, I think when I heard it, because that's the first line of the song, took my heart on my sleeve, ain't got enough room, got to keep a few tricks up there. Like, I just feel like people genuinely believe that because you're emotionally intelligent or you're vulnerable with them or any of those things, they won't get done how they do you. Because they think that you are above that because, you know yourself, or, you know, you're able to be emotional with them. And sometimes you have to move your heart off your sleeve. Like, always be prepared to tell somebody, I got something for that.
Mm-hmm. Got me fucked up.
Exactly. Don't even worry about it. Because there's this, like, connection where people think that, like, having emotional intelligence, being vulnerable, caring about the feelings of others is, like, a weakness, or it means that you're soft. And I be pitying people who feel that way.
Yeah.
Because you're going to consistently get surprised, at least if you know me.
Yeah. I usually like don't pity people for doing shit like that to me, because usually I would be like, you know, in the moment I'm like, damn, like why did shit like this happen to me? But after the fact, once I like rise above it, I'm like, damn, well, like that was just, you know, that was bad, like moving on your part, because I'm fucking God's favorite. And so, you know what I'm saying? Like, I kind of don't initially see it that way, but after the fact, I do.
I just feel like, don't ever play yourself and think I ain't going to get back at you.
Yeah. And then people be so, like, hurt or, like, shocked when you actually, like, show them, like, how fucked up they had you. Because, like, you can't think that you're going to, like, just get over on people and then nothing's going to come of that. Like, some people will let the shit go, but...
No, it ain't us.
Yeah.
It ain't us. I got some people right now I'm getting back. People said they was coming to the Juvenile concert. Yeah, up until the day of. They never bought the tickets. I ended up going with other people. But I do have a series of people who are buying tickets to events based on the fact that they think I'm accompanying them.
Yeah.
I got news for you.
Won't see me.
You're going by yourself. I don't like stuff like that. And even though I still have people to go with, don't do that. That shit is rude. And I don't like that. So therefore, I will be getting you back.
I think, yeah. And it's just really a vibe. Because, like, I don't even try to get people back. It's just more so, like, once you cross me in a way, and it don't have to be, like, nothing serious, but, like, it's just once the vibe is off, it's off. Like,
and I feel like I don't have to get people back, but I feel like I want to revert to getting people back, because sometimes the karma hit them and they just go, why is this happening to me? They don't connect, because I did this to you.
Right.
This is happening to me. So I'm willing to take a more active hand in bringing down the pain on some of these people. I'm not fucking playing. I'm sick of it. Don't do bad stuff.
Yeah, that's how I feel. Like, when people be like, like, just say I do something to somebody and they have a problem with it and they bring it up, but they forgot that they did that shit to me.
Yep.
I'm going to remind you, you did that to me. Did you forget?
And
like,
that's what I'm hoping for.
I literally don't care, because it's like, some people be like, oh, well, why didn't you bring it up when it was when you had a problem? I probably did bring it up, and you know what I'm saying? I kept it moving, but at the same time, when the fucking tables turned, I'm going to remind you that, oh, you actually did this to me too.
Why
so.
I gotta bring it up? You know exactly what the fuck you did.
Yeah.
Here's the thing, and I'm hoping you confront me on it. I'm really hoping.
Yeah, so I can tell you. It'd be like, oh, on this day.
I did that to you because you did it to me. So either we gonna start tit for tat now, or we gonna let bygones be bygones.
Yeah, just don't fucking cross me, and we'll be okay. Because I'm not gonna cross you. You know what I'm saying? So.
Also, Pharrell, please drop the tickets to Some in the Water. I know it's completely
Oh,
unrelated.
it is Monday. I'm thinking they was gonna drop them shits today too.
I thought they were gonna drop them yesterday.
Like they playing.
They don't want niggas to come to Some in the Water. That's all it's gotta be because
Like
even that, people think they finna get you know what? I'm not gonna reveal too much of the plot. I will fill y'all in when the plot is complete though. And also completely unrelated, I watched one of our old clips, and I think it was talking about Chrisette Michele. And I said, you know, being bipolar does not make you shake on your core beliefs. That is false. That is false. I've been watching a lot of our clips lately, and there's a lot of shit I was supposed to correct. So let's start with that. That is false. Bipolar, there are many different types of bipolar disorder. Not necessarily many, but it shows up different in different people. And I believe one of the things that can happen with bipolar disorder is psychosis. So it can make you shake on your core beliefs. And I don't want to be seen as someone who is spreading false information about a mental illness. And you know what's great about that? Nobody had to tell me that.
Yeah.
Sometimes you got to be, we all have to be a little bit more self-aware and a little bit less delusional.
Yeah. Well, while we're at it, I guess I will say that Chris Brown is actually a terrible person. Because I did get up here and I was just like, you know, I'm not going to condemn him and all this stuff. Like, I was basically showing him grace. But then this nigga had some random nigga beat up because they had beef and he didn't even remember. Somebody had to tell him, like, oh, remember y'all used to beef? And then they jumped the nigga. That's just shit that a terrible person would do.
Bad.
Right? Like, really bad. Like, he had to go to the hospital and everything. So I stand corrected. I don't think the nigga's gonna change. So I haven't actually like stopped listening to his music. I will say that, but you know, when I do listen to it, I be like, this man is not a good man.
Not a good person.
Yeah. So while we're correcting things, I wanted to throw that out there.
I'm trying to think of if there's anything. We were supposed to circle back with the Tekashi thing. As much as I found, he did not engage in lewd acts with a minor, but he was there when it was being filmed, and it was not revealed that the girl was a minor until later. So do what you want with that information. I think that's all the corrections I have, but that one in particular was bothering me with the bipolar disorder, and I wanted to say it. Oh, and in the Gangsta Boo episode, I said people are not out here buying fentanyl as their drug of choice. Those people exist. What I meant to say is that people are usually buying their drug of choice, and it is laced with fentanyl, and that is what is killing them.
Yeah. Speaking of fentanyl,
I wish all of you healing and recovery.
Yeah, because that shit is dangerous. I saw a video, I don't know if it was this morning or yesterday, of like this dude killing a fly with fentanyl. Like he just put like fentanyl on a piece of bread and set it out.
Piece of bread.
And the fly literally like flew on it, and he like was dead within like 10 seconds. And I was like, I don't know if this is cruel or if this is just like, because I don't like flies, but like, damn, like, he really just gave the flies fentanyl.
Where did he get the fentanyl to put on a piece of bread?
That's what they were saying in the comments, like, where did you get the fentanyl? I was like, I don't know. I don't know nothing about that shit, but yeah, good thing I don't like do. I mean, I know they lace weed with like fentanyl too, but good thing I haven't experienced nothing like that. Cause
they ain't gonna get me unless they break into the ABC store.
yeah, they ain't doing that, so
they might though. They might. Please don't.
They starting to like make ABC stores like behind the they like putting them behind the
glass?
The glass now out here. Well, in Portsmouth mainly.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's this morning or yesterday of like this dude killing a fly with fentanyl. Like he just put like fentanyl on a piece of bread and set it out. And the fly literally like flew on it, and he like was dead within like 10 seconds. And I was like, I don't know if this is cruel or if this is just like, because I don't like flies, but like he really just gave the flies fentanyl. I guess they be stealing liquor like crazy out there.
There's probably people who are struggling with alcoholism too. That's the worst part.
Right.
Sorry.
Oh man, that shit ain't no joke.
It was a long and winding road, but I feel better now.
Yeah, we'll probably double back on some other shit too at some point.
Gotta start watching our episodes in full. Tim's clip where he said you have to have a strong man in the household to raise a man. I received numerous messages about that.
I received
Please
like
leave
one.
me the fuck alone. Leave me alone. Leave me alone, please, please.
That's
Y'all
why-
know what he meant. Come on.
Yeah, I was like, cause somebody only one person responded to me, but she was just like, she was like, I disagree. She was like, my kids, their father
I think I seen
died.
you posted that, and it's like, girl, you know you the exception.
Right.
Like,
I'm like,
come
girl.
on, y'all know what the fuck he meant. He was trying to encourage. We can't sit up here and tell the man because they ain't no good, and I agree with y'all, they ain't no good. We telling them, in order for things to get better, you got to turn to your male counterparts and hold them accountable. And the nigga get up here trying to hold at least some niggas accountable. Y'all pick what he's saying to pieces. We understand that families look different to everyone.
Yeah.
But I would hope to think that what Tim was saying was, if you have a child, you need to be present and accountable to the upbringing of that child.
Right.
To other men. I think that's what he was trying to say. Like, I don't.
Yeah. And see, I was like, this is why we don't get in men's business. But
You would think that
sometimes-
because a man said it and he's tagged in the video, argue with him.
right. That's exactly what my thought was. That's why I was like, see how we have a man up here? Y'all can talk
Very
to him.
mindful. I
Yeah.
thought the niggas would see the clip and, be like, yeah, I take care of mine. That's what I was hoping for.
Yeah. But niggas,
We can't win for losing.
they always gonna miss the point. I kind of feel like it's just deliberate at this point. Like,
I think it's deliberate too. I think that social media has completely killed nuance. I talked about this before on my TikTok, and I know we got to get to Let Me Stay Focused. But I feel like social media has killed nuance in a way that you have to hear the word all or some. Whereas to me, as someone, I don't know, who grew up reading and thinking about the things that I'm reading or experiencing, unless I hear all, some is implied.
right.
That's it.
Exactly. But
That's all.
you can tell the people, you can tell like who didn't really like do good in English and writing and reading.
And you have
classes.
to assess people's intentions. Do you think that his intention coming up here was to insult non-traditional families and shame people who have to raise their kids by themselves?
Right. He
No.
actually didn't mention y'all at all, actually. So we weren't talking about the exceptions or, the situations where like are kind of like one-off situations. Like,
I don't mean no
This isn't
harm.
a
And especially
watch
to that girl. Rest in peace to the father of your children. As someone whose father is also deceased, I don't wish that shit on nobody. But let's not all drag it here. Look at what you're watching. Look at the fucking podcast. Do you think we have problems with same-sex couples?
and
We fucking for real.
and it's the fact that y'all just watch the clip and then run with whatever like idea you got from it instead of like going to like do more research before
And I will
speaking.
add that the clips where y'all should be getting on a motherfucking ass, the episodes where we think y'all gonna be like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah,
Y'all
be
don't say
quiet.
shit.
Quiet as fuck. So
I'm sorry, we bust the rhyme in the audience. You know how they say bust the rhymes be coming on stage and cussing the crowd out?
He did do that though, and he was pissed. He ain't care.
We didn't mean to do that to y'all. Y'all know. Listen,
We know. I feel like the people who are intelligent and smart and like, they supposed to be here. Like they know.
why would we do that? Why would we come up here and bring somebody up to insult non-traditional families?
Like, please, I just be like, now I be just referring people to the full episode when like they have problems with shit. I be like, please go and watch the full episode because I'm pretty sure we like touched on whatever it is you're complaining about. But we have Let Me Stay Focused, which is our topic of the week. And I don't have like an outline or anything or any questions like for this. I just kind of wanted to like talk about it. And I kind of touched on it on my social media the other day, but about the whole like people, I don't know what's the right term. Like people finding Jesus or people like becoming religious. I don't know, enlightenment. I don't know what's the right term for that, but there's like a time in people's lives where, you know, sometimes they have like a come to Jesus moment, and it's like they realize like, okay, I got to stop doing whatever bad thing they're doing and make God the center of my life, which I see nothing wrong with that at all. What I do see wrong with it is when they do that and then start being judgmental towards the same people that they were just fraternizing with like a week ago.
We were your friends, now we're the enemy.
Now we're the enemy, and now you have all these judgments and you projecting bad energy. So let me just rewind back and give an example. So there's like 3 people that that we're mutual, like we follow each other. And over the like last year, they have all become like religious or, you know, Christian, like Bible thumpers. I'm not trying to offend anybody,
but I don't have this experience with people who convert to Islam.
Yeah,
I know that.
Yeah, so like they have said things like, oh, you worship astrology, or basically they'll say something like how they disapprove of like people who talk about astrology and, you know, their signs and stuff like that. And then they said like it's demonic. So like what prompted my post, this one girl I followed, and she followed me. She had watched my stories, and I had just said happy birthday to Telly about, you know, I just said Big Virgo or whatever.
Yes, love Telly.
And then shout out to Telly. And then I watched her story, and she's like, oh well, I free my people from astrology. She was like, it's demonic and all this stuff. And so I'm like, well, if you feel like it's demonic, why are you continuing to watch? Because she's not like she's not the only one. There's another girl who does the same thing. But she continuously, like, she literally watches my shit. I eventually just, like, muted them because I don't want to see y'all stuff. Like, if you're going to be projecting, like, that energy, I'm like, I don't necessarily have to unfollow you, but I'm not really interested in what you're, like, offering right now. And so I just feel like, you know, I wonder what makes people, like, do shit like that. Like, do you think they're trying to, like, overcompensate?
I don't know a lot. I do know that the Bible says that those who exalt themselves will be humbled, and those who are humble will be exalted. And I feel like, specifically with Christianity, there is, like, an entitlement to some sort of control over not only your immediate family's lives, or like just like thinking that, especially in the US, that everybody else is supposed to share some form of your values. And they apply that to other people who don't have anything to fucking do with them.
Right. Like, girl, I don't even know you like that.
Right. To feel that way. And it reminded me, and I'm trying to find it, but now apparently it's like a big thing on Threads. And it's like this recurring tweet that's like, as a Christian, how do you deal with non-believers? I respect everyone and their beliefs the best I can. I try my best to walk in love and understanding, but how do you respectfully let people know Jesus is real and I want you in heaven? Here's the thing about that. Who the fuck are you? Like, let's be honest. Who the fuck are you? And a lot of the responses to this like mass tweet, right, was just like how to evangelize or like how to convert these folks, right?
Right.
Like from Christians, the response was not leave them the hell alone, right? Like if you're really having that much trouble, quote unquote, dealing with non-believers, right? Don't spend your time with them. But you struggle with that because you love these people and you know that these are good people. So you would then have to accept that being a Bible thumper is not the only way to access being a good person. And I think that that is a struggle for a lot of folks. And I've been in a lot of circles recently where folks think that their religious beliefs make them superior to other people.
Right.
And it's hard to tell those people that to other people that doesn't fucking matter.
Yeah. I
Like-
think, like, they think they're superior. And it's like you said, like, oh, everybody else needs to live like this. But my thing is, how can you assume that a person is a non-believer just because, I mean, I guess it depends, right? But, like, everybody isn't non-believers just because they don't live the way that you feel like they should live. Like, or maybe they're living in sin. Whatever the case may be, does not make them a non-believer, does not make them demonic. Like you said, you can be a good person and still not be a Christian, you know? And I feel like that's where the fucking disconnect happens, is because y'all always be trying to like condemn people or like be judgmental when literally you could just be cool.
Just be regular.
You could literally just be regular. You can, you know, you can live your life.
You don't have to like feel, if it's bothering you that much how other people are living their lives, you shouldn't be around them.
Right.
But don't 1 foot in, 1 foot out it. If you believe that much, then really stand on it. And I think that a lot of people spend so much time feeling or like talking about how other people are not walking with God that you don't realize that you're not walking with him either by doing this shit.
Right, because God don't do that. God loves everybody. So,
and someone responded, so this girl put, as a Christian, how do you deal with non-believers, as I read? And someone put, you don't do anything, nothing at all. Your Bible asks you to spread the word, not force the word. The problem with Christianity is that you all have confused those two things for ages and continually force a structured belief on the populace until they become assimilated over time. Christianity is responsible for more human lives than any other movement in human history. Now, do I necessarily believe all of that? No. But spread the word, not force the word, is a huge part of the problem, because Christians who are responding to this post are just like, keep talking about God's love. Keep talking about how good he is. Interject all conversations with Jesus. And to be fair, anything can be a cult. I'm not really going to expand on that.
yeah. I'm picking up what you
Anything can be a cult. Take it from your resident cult documentary specialist. I've watched Living in a Dorm turn into a cult. I've watched dancing on TikTok turn into a cult. I've watched going to church turn into a cult.
Yeah.
I've watched doing hot yoga turn into a cult.
Many different religious practices turn into a cult.
Many different regular practices turned into a fucking cult.
So I feel like when you get to the point where you're like trying to force people, or, you know, it is giving cultish. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's very much so what it gives, because I just feel like if you're doing something and someone feels it in their heart to say, I want to join, I want to do that, then that's something, like, that's authentic. But if you're trying to, like, and I watch sermons almost every day, but there are certain parts where I'm like I was watching a sermon, and then they started doing the, if you want to give your life over to Christ, come down, whatever, like that. I feel like, that's fine, but at the same time, I feel like if somebody wants to do it, they're just going to do it. You don't have to convince them. You don't have to, like, force them. You don't have to give them all these reasons as to why they should be doing it. it's just going to be something natural. God will naturally move through them and say, hey, this is what I want to do.
That's what I'm saying. Someone responded and put, respectfully, not everyone believes what you believe. And if God wanted them to believe in him, then he would touch them himself. It's okay for people to not believe all of the same things. Would you want non-believers to work hard to try to convince you something you believe is wrong?
Right.
And she put, it's not about convincing. That's the thing. But it is about convincing, because you asked, how do you respectfully let people know that Jesus is real and I want you in heaven?
Right. Because you want to convince them.
And
if you believe in Jesus and you feel like Jesus is real or God or whatever, that's just something you just know. You just feel that. You don't have to like argue that to anybody else, because you would. I feel like that's something personal anyway. Like a person who does believe in God usually has something that happens in their life where God shows up and they're like, damn, like God is real. You know what I'm saying? I feel like most people have those moments. Like most people have those moments, but like you can't force somebody to have that moment. You know what I'm saying?
And I just feel like I don't think that many Christians realize that it is counterintuitive what they're doing, right? The reputation is not for no reason. And acting as though you're superior to other people or badgering someone about their beliefs is not pulling anybody closer to God. And you're not spreading the word. A lot of times when y'all claim to be spreading the word, you're just talking about God. You're not quoting scripture or anything of the sort. And I'm not suggesting you do that either, but it's like you're not doing what you think you're doing. Yeah. You're just sort of presenting, I'm better than you because I believe this thing. And so you should do it too. And who the hell is going to receive that well? And I just feel like we've had folks, we talk about God on the podcast, not in an annoying way, right?
Right.
But we've had people come on the podcast and say, I don't believe in God.
And
that could have went directly south. But like the problem I think with Christianity in particular is that it has like this built-in mechanism of everything else is fake, everything else is problematic, everything else is. And I don't see people who convert to Judaism or Islam. Like, I don't see them then going around harassing folk, trying to get everyone around them to change their life as well. I just think that something about Christianity makes it so that it can't be a personal decision.
You might see a Muslim on the corner, like, saying something, but they're not, they're not like Christians, like really trying to force it down your throat and like condemning you and like they can literally, a Muslim can be like in the same space as you and just be chill, like for the most part. So I don't understand like why Christians be doing that, but I do feel like it's like I'm better than you type of thing. And if you really know God,
it makes them not like, it makes people who just believe in God not want to be associated with Christianity because of the behavior.
Right, because if you believe in God and you know that a lot of that shit don't even matter. Like the stuff that they be trying to like force down your throat is like, God wants everybody to like make their own decisions and live their life, and I don't think like he wants you to like, I mean, I don't know, because that's where the Bible and stuff comes in, and I feel like
interpretations. That's why I understand when people say, I believe in God, I don't believe in church.
Right.
I get it.
I get it too. I definitely do believe in God. I do think there are some other stuff that's like can be left up to interpretation, like, and that's not for me to like say, oh, this is what it is or this is what it's not. Like, I feel like that's everybody's own personal journey.
I agree. I just think that it's strange that like it's like two opposite ends of the spectrum, because one, we're talking about people who are taking it too fucking far and trying to force their beliefs on other people.
And
then we got,
and they be the worst
the
ones.
people doing the conversions of
like,
those people.
The person they was, and I know once you change your life, like the shit you did in the past, it don't matter. I do agree with that, but at the same time, if you was the biggest hoe, you should not be looking down on nobody. And
you shouldn't be saying, because I did it, you can do it. You should just say, I understand where you're at.
Exactly. That's my thing. You don't have a fucking hell to put nobody in.
Exactly.
So That's just my 2 cents on it, you know. I do want people to know I believe in God, and I also love astrology. Like I'm not like an expert on either, honestly. So I'm just here living life trying to figure shit out like everybody else.
I just feel like, are you a good person or you not a good person? I don't got time for all the in-betweens and, like, I don't know.
Yeah, like, because we really don't know. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, bless you.
Thank you.
We all just here on this rock, and we're all going to die one day. That's all I know.
None of us are entitled to control how other people live their lives. Nobody. No matter how much you care about them. So, yeah. The people ain't well. Thank God I'm not the people. Mm-hmm. Well, I have advice to move on. And
I'm excited.
This one is a personal fave. Oh, it's where we take a no context Dr. Umar clip and turn it into valuable life advice.
Female you deal with. You gotta look up at every female you deal with, nigga. I know you hating. I'm 6'3", nigga. I'm 6'3". I look down at the queen's face. You gotta look up at your queen. Don't you ever speak my name in vain. Don't you ever speak my name in vain. I'm talking to you, City. I got a gut. That's all right. I can handle mines, though, homie. You can believe that. That's right. Your ass lifting weights because it makes you feel equal. Because you insecure. So you got to be all big and muscle bound. So you feel equal. Well, guess what? You can lift all the weights in the world and you'll never be 6'3", nigga. You can talk about my gut all day, but I'm sexy with mines. I'm fine. I'm cool in my skin. I can get rid of the gut, but you'll never be 6'3".
I can get rid of the gut.
Can't hike them knees up.
But you'll never be 6'3". He said, I may have a gut, but I'm sexy with mine. And what I want you to take from that is, one thing a motherfucker can't take from you is you being you. And he says I could get rid of the gut, but you'll never be 6'3". But it's like, you could also go out and get all of the shit that I have, and you won't be me.
Yeah.
Like, there are some things that are just you, and that's the power in them, period. There are people who could go get, artwork that is actually like sounding equipment. They could buy microphones. They could buy cameras. They won't be Let Me Stay Focused, the podcast. And we have all this shit, and we're not the other podcasts you know. Some shit is just individual to you, and that's what makes you special. And I know it sounds like a fucking Barney episode, but sometimes you, like you said, you are the magic. Like, we're the magic. That's what matters.
Yep.
So don't be going around envying, trying to make changes.
Biting
To be the next motherfucker. Because, honestly, you have something that makes you special. And all the time that you spend focusing on trying to be the next motherfucker, you're missing out on that.
That's the word.
Because the next motherfucker is being themselves. And you can't do that. So, I could lose the gut. You'll never be 6'3".
That's the truth.
That's my lesson. And I like how he's like, yeah, I got a gut. I'm sexy with mine. I'm comfortable in my skin.
Confidence.
Like, okay.
Yep.
Yeah, that's my lesson.
That was dope. That was good.
Thank you. Well, thank you for joining us, even though it's just us. This has been another episode of Let Me Stay Focused, the podcast, the first episode back from summer school. So if you're still fucking with us, don't be a hating ass bitch during the break. And we'll see you next week. Bye.
Peace.
Another episode of Let Me Stay Focused. Don't be a hating ass bitch during the break.
Peace.
Bye.